Hi everyone. Today's lecture is an introduction to MonoGame XNA. We'll download, install it, and we'll make a simple game, which was actually on your exam. So on your exam, you had to make it as a console application game, but today we'll be making it as as a MonoGame project. So this is how it's gonna look like. We have the spaceship. There are some obstacles being drawn. I missed one of the problem description parts, which was concerned with the obstacles, but I'll fix that as we go. So yeah, you can shoot bullets as well. The game gets faster. Once I get to 3,000, so let's quickly do that. It gets even faster, and the holes are now very small and kind of hard to get through. You can get bullets as you go. So let me just show that one. Yeah, I couldn't, but yeah, you can get bullets, and each bullet is gonna reload some of your ammo. Okay, but first, let's actually go and download it because I don't have it. So go to MonoGame. And my internet is very slow today, so hopefully downloads, I guess, in 3.4. And for Visual Studio, let's wait for it to download. While we do that, let's have a look at the problem. So we have the spacecraft, okay, and we have some obstacles. The thing that I didn't implement, but I will do as we go along, is that the obstacles can be one of two types. Either it's the way you saw with a hole, or there is just an obstacle somewhere in the somewhere on your on your obstacle wall, instead of just having a single hole. We have difficulties, which you saw implemented. We have some points. I've followed, different. I've made the points differently, but I guess I've balanced it well, so it'll be fine. We have power-ups, and I've only implemented the single bullet, which gives you a single ammo. I didn't do the golden one because it's very basic. You just need to upload a new picture, and once you do that, you can get 5 bullets more. Evaluation, and yeah, make sure you set the console width and height. Program.cs minus 30 points. So I'll try not to do that. Okay, so once we finish the game, which should be in about an hour and a half, 2 hours maybe. After that, we'll have a look at the quality of the code. So I deliberately chose not to make it not to make the code very well written, and I will count on your suggestions to make it better. And yeah, we'll do that at the end of the lecture. So let's install. Next, I agree. Visual Studio 2.15 is available, so we'll do that as well. Alright, let's wait for it to install. It shouldn't take too long. Alright, let's open up Visual Studio, and hopefully we will get the projects there. While we wait, I wanted to say that I don't know how many of you have heard some brief history of MonoGame, but Microsoft made XNA Studio a couple of years back, maybe around 2007, 2005, something like that, as a as a game engine for C Sharp, and it was really good and so on. But they stopped developing it after maybe 2010 or 2012. I'm not sure. And then MonoGame is an open source project which pretty much builds on the XNA framework. And now there has been some recent updates which are very useful. So when I was making a game last year with MonoGame, they didn't have the content pipeline, and it was a nightmare to add sprite fonts to your game, but they've made it well, and I think it's quite useful and quite easy to operate with. Also, when MonoGame was still XNA, you could only build for Xbox 360 and Windows, I think. But right now with MonoGame you can build for quite a few platforms. I think Android. I'm not sure about iOS, but yeah, you can build for. Can anyone tell me if you've looked through the site, where can you publish? Do you know? Documentation, maybe introduction. All the most popular frameworks. So let's have a look. Xbox 360, Windows, iOS, Android, Mac OS, Linux, Windows 8, PlayStation Mobile, Raspberry Pi. Okay, PlayStation 4 currently in progress. So these. There is a PlayStation 4 game written in MonoGame. I don't know. Maybe. Transistor and Bastion. Okay, with a B. Oh yeah. Then those are two games. Okay, fair enough. Right. Yeah. Cool. You can do cool things with MonoGame, but to be honest with you, um, if you're limited to these platforms, I would use Unity because it's easier. It's a lot more powerful. The reason why we use MonoGame right now is because it's closer to the console application C# games that you've made in the first course. So everything here is code pretty much, and this is what we are after. We are not looking for anything to make our life easy, and we are gonna try and do all of the projects and games for this course, like teamworks and so on, using MonoGame, so that it's just code. It's nothing there as a graphical user interface to help and do some things for you, because it's good to know how things are done before you actually go and use them straight away from Unity. But normally Unity has, I think, a lot more than these platforms, and some of the games are easier to write there because it's less code, and if you know what you're doing, then you can make a game very quickly. Performance is better, and since Unity 5 you can actually upload to the web as well with WebGL without having the need to install the Unity plugin, which is a good bonus. But we'll be using MonoGame, and actually the game that I made today works very well, and it's not long. It's about 300 lines of code. Once we go to the quality code, I'm sure we can make it less, because the way I've done it, there is a bit of copy pasting all over. But you'll see, and in the end, you need to restart your PC. How about in 8 hours? Okay. Right. So enough about that. Has anyone started their projects yet? Yeah. How are you doing with MonoGame? Is it good? Is it all right? No one says a thing. Okay, so let's see if it's here. I hope that it is, or I'm doing something wrong. On the left below iOS. Okay, MonoGame here. I decided to just use the search bar. So let's call this Spacecraft Wars. Okay. Yeah. And let's see what we have here. Alright, so we have program.cs, which we should rename somehow, so I suggest entry point. Okay, and I would like to remove these things because we are not going to need them. I don't know if this thing is needed, but let's delete that as well. If it doesn't work, I'll remember to get back to it. Alright, game 1. We don't like game 1. We'll actually want to rename this to the name of our game, which is Spacecraft Wars. Alright, so the entry point is just a couple lines. It just says, you know, game.run, and everything is pretty much done from this file here, or this class, which is Spacecraft Wars now. So okay, so this is the main type for your game. We delete that. So I'll just go through the code, through the comments, and then I'll delete them because we're not gonna use them or need them. All right, so we have graphics, we have sprite batch. Sprite batch is used to draw your sprites on the screen. By the way, when you run this, you should get a blue screen, cornflower blue screen. Stop working for some reason, and I would really like to see why. Maybe I shouldn't have deleted some of the things that I did, but let's see, why is it not working? Okay, this is fine. I'll just delete that as well. And now cornflower blue, please. There we go. So if you look at tutorials online or something similar, normally all projects start like this, but we'll go to this blue and we'll see how it's drawn. Okay, so summary on the initialize. So there is no need to read all of this. This pretty much is your initialization logic, where you have to, you know, put some variables or objects and so on. So delete that. This is clear enough. Here we are calling the base.initialize, so there is something that MonoGame has to initialize for itself to run, so be careful not to delete that. Load content, normally used for sound, sprites, and so on. Here we can load them. So let me just delete that. All of that as well. Okay, unload content. So when some sprites are used, or I think when you change the scene and you don't need some of the loaded content, you can unload it here. But since we're only gonna have a single scene, I'll just delete that as well. Okay, this is the update. So this is the main logic with collisions and other interesting stuff. It'll be here. This corresponds to the while loop that we've had from our first course. And as you can see here, we have game time, which we'll use a bit later as well. All right, so delete some empty lines here. And this is the draw method, so it draws everything that you need. So here, to actually begin drawing, you have to say sprite batch dot draw, or begin, I think. Begin first, and then put sprite batch dot end, and we should put all of our drawings in here. Drawing is done here. Yeah, which is a bit weird. That's not included there, but you know. Okay, so this is the background that's being cleared after every single call of this draw method. So let's delete that to, let's actually put something different. So I don't know, aqua, right? All right, so now it's different. So this is how you change your background if you decide to use a single color one. All right, so let's think about our game first. So we would like to make the spacecraft, and we would like him to move as well. So let me go here. Let's add a new class, and we'll be calling that spacecraft. Okay, or spacecraft. I have actually called it spaceship for some reason, so let's do that as well. All right, public class. Okay, and inside here we'll have public vector2, which is going to be location. Okay, I'll have public vector2 velocity, and I'll explain in a second which is what and what are the types and so on. Alright, so after that we have private texture 2D, which is going to be image with a camel case. Then we have public rectangle bounce, and after that public int bullet count. Okay, so vector 2, if you're familiar with maths, it's just what it says. If you're not, these are just coordinates. So these are pretty much x and y coordinates in an xy plane. Okay, and I would like to mention now, but this is not going to build now, right? No, it's not. So let me just comment all of that. Actually, let's add the namespaces, and after that I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so hopefully it builds now. All right, so as we know, and this is something that we met in the console as well, and I still don't have zoom it, so let's do that. Let's start it now. Okay, maybe it works now. No? Okay, so when we're talking about an x and y plane, normally in maths it goes this way. So this is the positive x, this is the positive y direction, and up here I have a point which has, you know, x and y both positive. So here it's a bit reversed in the sense that here is my origin, which is 0, 0. And the positive x is this way, and the positive y is this way. So remember that the top left corner is your 0, 0, and after that, you know. So yeah, this vector 2 location is just gonna tell us where our ship is gonna be placed, and it's gonna take an x and y, and it's gonna be on those axes here. So this is x and this is y. And say that we have something like 100 and 500 as a point, so 100, 100, 500. It will be somewhere around here, I would say. If this is my 100 and if this is my 500, it will be somewhere around there. Just so that, you know, when I put values and so on, where the points are actually placed. So when you hear vector 2, this is just for, you know, this is just, you know, for a point on the plane. Okay, but here we have velocity, which is different from position, and the fact is that in maths a vector is normally both a point. So let me just draw that here again. So it's both a point. So if I want to say xy, some point around here, this is both the point x and y, but it's also the vector which starts from the origin and goes in the direction of xy. So it's both things. If that's unclear, I can explain it in a bit more detail if that's needed. So for so if I use vector 2, I can both say, you know, this is x and y, this is a point, or I can give a direction of movement this way. So if I want to move just, you know, horizontally this way, what point should I give, or, you know, what vector 2 should I give? Like just an example. Anyone? Okay, just an example, like a number. Anyone? 5, 0. Okay, so 5, 0. Okay, we have some movement in the x. So this is the 5 here, and we have 0, which means that the height of the point is 0. So we have, you know, this direction here. And if I want to make it vertical, it's gonna be the other way around. It's gonna be 0, 5 or 0, 7, and that's gonna point upwards, which means that if I want to move a point with this vector, I just move it up. So this is, you know, very, very basic maths. I hope that you're fine with it. If not, you can just Google vectors. I'm sure that some awful things will come up, but, you know, if you try to read only the easy lines, it will be fine. All right. Okay, the rectangle is so texture 2D first is something which is quite clear. It's just an image that we are gonna have for our spaceship. We have a rectangle which is bounce, which is a bit more. It's a bit different. So the rectangle is actually kind of two things, and this name is a bit confusing to me when I first saw it. But it has four parameters or four values when you want to initialize it. So it has x, it has a y, and then it has a width and height. Okay. All right. So since we cannot only do with the image, we will have to have a method to keep track of where the spaceship is and how does it move. Is it outside of the screen and so on? Does it collide with anything? This is why we need a separate thing, bounce. So bounce will be placed, the x and y will be at the same place where our image is and is drawn, which is this variable here. And we have width and height if you want to make it like a smaller collider or something like that. So yeah, this is what we'll use it for. Just give us the bounds of the spaceship. All right, I guess this is the place to actually get some pictures. So let's go there and get some pictures. Let me find them first. So here. This is our current lecture right there. Have images, and these are all the images that we are gonna use. So I'll copy that inside the project solutions somewhere, and I'll show you something which XNA added. Why are you on? Anyways, open folder. I'll put them here. Okay. So in my computer downstairs, when I click this thing here, nothing happens, so does here. But can I close this? Where do I close this? Can I close it like this? Okay, so as of a couple of versions ago, apparently XNA added the pipeline, the content pipeline, which is very good and very useful. So if you try to add sprite font in one of the older ones, it's a bit of a nightmare because you have to find a very specific XNA file corresponding to your font, and that was really a nightmare to find. I spent 2 or 3 days looking for a way around it, and then I found from another tutorial this specific file, and then it worked. But right now it's a lot easier to just upload your pictures and so on into the game. So in most videos, when people double click, it works, but for me it doesn't. Does anyone know how to fix this? I need to choose a default program. Okay, so let's go here. I hope that this is my project. Yeah, it is. So if but I have a default one here. So if I double click it here, it's gonna work fine. Which is weird, I know. Yeah, but anyway, so we'll just click twice here and pretend that nothing happened. Are you using Visual Studio 2.15 or 2.13? Okay, so Microsoft, please fix. Okay, or MonoGame, please fix. One of the two. All right, so here I actually want to open up this specific file. So let's go to Open, and we are already there. And this is your content, I don't know how's it called, this file, which is gonna store all of the images and sounds that you want. And the cool thing is that after you're finished, you can just choose a different platform, and it's gonna build it automatically for you. So it has Android, iOS, Linux, Ouya, cool, and Windows Phone and so on, but we'll just stick with Windows. So what you have to do once you finish your project, if you want to build for Android or something, you just go to you choose your platform, you go to build, and it's gonna work for you. So let's right click, let's add some existing items, which are gonna be these couple ones, And right now I just have to say build, yes, and everything is fine. Okay, so now if we go here, nothing happened, which is weird. How about if I save this, or I save it here? I had a problem yesterday. Sorry, today as well with this. So when I was building and I opened up Visual Studio, it wanted me to say that I agree with saving or something like that, but it's not here. So if something doesn't work now, I'll just try and fix it. All right, let's finish our class, and after that we'll draw the spacecraft. Okay, so I'd like to have a constructor, and this is the really nice shortcut way to do that. But I'll delete most of these, so I'll leave the texture 2D. Okay, I will remove the bounds as well. I think, or no, I'll just set them manually. Okay, so this dot location equals location, and this dot image. This dot image equals image, and after that I want to say this dot bounds equals new rectangle. So I would like to place it at 0, 0, and then the rectangle, so the width and height, I want it to be 71 and then 52. And these are now magical numbers, but this is just the size of my where are you? This is just the size of my ship here, which I do not see. Ship. Yeah. Okay. So 7152, and that's how it works. All right. Okay. What else do I want to say? Well, I want to say this dot bullet count equals 5. Okay, and we have to think of a way to update our spaceship in here, so that I don't put all of the code inside my spacecraft wars.cs. So let's do that. So I'll have public void update, and inside here we'll take an argument, but I'll explain about it a bit later. Okay, and okay, so we want to say this dot location plus equals velocity, and we'll set the velocity a bit later on as well. Okay, and I want to say also bounce dot x, sorry, this dot bounce dot x equals location dot x, so that the bounce or the bounding box or the collider always follows my sprite. And I want to say this dot bounce dot y equals location dot y. All right, and now it's not gonna be fine because the vector2 takes doubles as parameters. So I'll just cast it to int here, and that should work fine. Okay, I guess that's it for now. I want to do something else here. I want to say public void draw. We are gonna take the sprite batch sb, and we want to say sb.draw. We want to have the image, and here we want to have the this dot image, this dot location, and color white. So this color white, I think, is it an optional parameter? Yes, it is. Okay, so I'll just leave it like that. But this, I think, gives you a tint to your image. So yeah, if you wanna give a tint, or you have some game with tiles which have different background or something, you can just give the tint and load the image once. I'll just leave it as is. All right, let's go into the game and actually draw the spacecraft on the screen. Okay, so first I would just like to list all of the variables that I want to use here. and we'll just go from there. So before that, I want to say const int game height equals 720, const int game width equals 1280. Okay, after that we want to say spaceship. Okay, we'll initialize it later, and that is the point. Here we just list what we want to use, and after that we'll initialize it. Okay, so let's go to load content, which is right here, and here we would like to actually give a value to our spaceship. So spaceship equals new spaceship, and inside here I want to say, what is it that we had? Okay, so we have a location which I would like to place him at. So new vector 2, I would like to place him at 20, so a bit further to the right of the edge, so that he's not on the edge or on the end of the screen. And I want to place him at the height divided by 2, so game height divided by 2. I think I missed something here where I have to say up here. So here I have to say graphics dot buffer preferred buffer height equals game height, and I also want to say here graphics dot preferred buffer width equals game width. Okay, and after that we need an image, and the way to load an image is with content dot load. Inside here we want to say texture 2D, and inside here I just have to give the name of my PNG that I loaded through the content pipeline. So in this case it's ship, and this ship one I probably should delete. It was for testing purposes. Okay, so here I just need to put ship, and I hope that everything is fine. Okay, so we're not gonna update anything now, but I just want to try and say here spaceship dot draw, and I have to give it the sprite batch that we already have, so sprite batch. And now if I run it, if there are no errors, and there could be, normally nothing starts from the first try. So alright, so here we have the spaceship. This aqua color is horrible, so I'll just change that to black so that it's a bit better. Alright, so this is our spaceship. We can't move it or anything. We can just draw it on the screen. Okay, so just to go through it again. To draw a sprite, you need to have an image which you load. You need to have a position, and after that you just say spaceship dot draw, which takes you to this method, which just takes the image and the location. So it's nothing that complicated if you think about it. Alright, so we would actually like to move our ship, so let's do that now. Just give me a second. I would like to have a method which is called key handler, which I am going to put in the update method of my game. So inside here I just want to say key handler, and that's going to be a method, control dot enter. Okay, so let's do the key handling. This is very similar to the console application game that we did with what was it, with the dwarf. So yeah, nothing that complicated. Okay, so we want to say if keyboard dot get state, which is a method, dot is key down, and we are only going to move up and down. So I want to say here keys dot down, and inside here I want to say spaceship dot velocity dot y equals 500. This is a value that I found was good enough for us to move the spacecraft, and I have to do pretty much the same down here. So if keyboard dot get state dot is key down, and this is going to be keys dot up, spaceship dot velocity dot y equals minus 500. So if we are moving down on our game screen here, this means that we want to increase the y down. Okay, if you want to move up, this means that we have to decrease the y, so we move up this way. And that's pretty much it. So now if I run it, nothing should work because we are not updating our spaceship in the update method. So inside here, if I say actually let's make a method which is going to be called update entities, control dot, and inside here, because there will be a lot of things to update and all of them will be classes and they'll have the update function here, I just want to put it in here and I want to say update spaceship dot update. Alright, let's try this now again. I don't think it's gonna work. Yeah, it went blank for some reason. I don't know why, but we'll see. Okay, so another thing. Sorry, is 500 too big? It could be. Spaceship dot velocity dot y equals 500. Yes, it is, but we'll fix that in a second, and it's not gonna be that quick, and it'll be fine. So yeah. 500. Let's just try to change this to like 10. Yeah, possibly. So let's change it and let's see what happens. Okay, sort of works, but there is a problem here that you would normally see, I think. So let's leave it at 500 and we'll fix that a bit later, or just in about a second. Alright, so inside here I actually wanna reset the velocity in the update method every time, so that as soon as I stop pressing the button, then my spacecraft is not gonna move. So I wanna say spaceship dot velocity equals new vector 2, and inside here I just want to put 0 0, right? Because it's not moving in any direction. So if we so just for testing purposes, let's do that here. Okay, and now if I stop pressing, it stops. If I didn't have this line here, then as soon as I stop pressing, it's still gonna go up. As you can see, it goes outside of the bounds, but we'll fix that as well. Alright, so does anyone know what's the problem here, the way that I'm moving the spaceship right now, and possibly the reason why I had 500 as my value and not just 10? Okay, so right now I don't decrease it over time. I decrease it or increase the velocity with every call of the update method, and that depends on your FPS, your graphics card, your processor, and so on. So when you're making updates, and this is valid for every single game engine, you should only update or only change with correspondence to seconds, and not with correspondence to how many times you have called the update method. So this is what we will do now. We will actually keep track of the current time of the game. So I am gonna say inside here float elapsed equals just 1 second, I don't remember it on top of my game. So I want to cast to float, and I want to say game time dot elapsed game time dot total milliseconds, and every time total milliseconds without that, I guess. Is that correct? That is correct. Okay, so now every time when I actually update, I would like to pass in, you know, this value here. So I'll pass it here, and I'll pass it here. So float elapsed. I'll pass it here as well. And right now this is not gonna change anything, but so let me just put it on here. So update float elapsed. Okay, right now it's not going to change anything because this method is still going to call, you know, every time. But if I actually change the location with respect to this elapsed time, now it should be absolutely fine and snappy. Or not. Or not. Let me check this. Why are you doing this? Do I really have... It's just 10. What if I put it 500? It should be even worse, but I don't know why. Yeah, it just went off the screen. Okay, so we have the elapsed time, we reset this, we have the key handler. Why are you not working? Let me check. If anyone has any ideas, then please do share. Velocity times elapsed, that is correct. Is it the time milliseconds? Did I put it seconds?
It's in milliseconds. Milliseconds is big.
Okay, total seconds. Yeah, thank you very much. So total seconds here. Total seconds. Okay, now it's good. All right, and normally you should, you know, put all of your like all of your updates should be with correspondence to the elapsed game time. So say that you're playing, you don't want to play like a massive multiplayer game on a really fast computer, and it would be, you know, really fast. You just want everything to be synchronized, and the best way to do this is by using the game time. So let's fix. So the first thing that we want to fix is this thing that we go outside of the game screen. So let's do that. Okay, so in the update method, I would like to check also a couple of things. So if this dot bounce, if this dot bounce dot top, and this is why this is really useful, because the bounce, the way that we've drawn them, they have a top, left, bottom, and right, and we can just use that for our game. So I want to say this dot bounce top, if it's less than 0, then I want to say location this dot location dot y equals 0. And the next thing is if what is happening, tap, thank you, if this dot bounce dot bottom is bigger than 720, then I want to say this dot location dot y equals 720. And now if I run this, it should be fine. Okay, so here we are stuck. I can't get any more up in the screen. Down here we kind of get hidden and something happened, which is why we have to fix it. So the sprite is drawn corresponding to the top left corner, so right here. So I want to say if the bottom is has gone further down than 720, then what I actually want to do is I want to make the change to the location with correspondence to the total height. So pretty much I have to subtract the total height, which is this thing here, from my location.y. So let's do that now. So 720 minus this dot bounds dot height, and let's check that now. And now it stops here and it stops here, and we almost already have a finished game. But yeah, we have to write a bit more code. Sorry? Shouldn't I use the constant? This one. Space spacecraft wars dot. No, right now no, but we'll fix that when we talk about the quality of the code later on. Normally it has to be a constant inside here. I guess that we can make it static as well. Put it on top here, and or no, inside the class. What am I talking? So inside the class, if I make it static, then we can use it throughout the whole project. But I don't know. You will tell me when the time comes. Okay. Right. So what else do I want to add here? Nothing. So how long have I been talking? So about 45 minutes. Let's have a short break until I look at what's next. Okay, so there was a question in the break, which was this elapsed. The way we've written it, it's sort of looks like how much time has elapsed from the beginning of the game, and this thing actually counts the time elapsed since the last call of the update method. So yeah, in other languages or in Unity, I think it's called delta time, which is the delta stands for a difference in time. So the time between the call of the update method and the next call of the update method is what's it in here. Okay. So the next thing that we have to do is add a background. So that's what we will do. So add new class, which is going to be background. Public class background. And pretty much it's going to be pretty much the same as the spaceship. At least we will have this structure. So I'll just copy all of that. So copy, and I'll put it into the background, and let's see what is actually different here. So we are not gonna have. Let me just add the usings here. Texture, and this thing is not gonna be spaceship. Is gonna be background. Okay, and what else? I have to delete this. I have to change the values to 0, 0, so we still want to place it, actually Dewey. Yes, so we want to place the background at the top left corner, but the bounds are going to be different because the background is bigger. So we'll have 1453 because that's how big my image is, to 900. Okay, we don't need this, so we'll delete it. Okay, and all of this is the logic for the spacecraft, so I'll delete that as well. This thing remains the same. Alright, so let's go to spacecraft words and let's create a background. So where should we create it? So here, background. The background. Okay, I wanna initialize it, or more like load the content. So here I want to say background equals new background, and I want to place it at just 1 second. I think it was 0, 0, but I don't want to make any errors. Where are you? Okay, here I've placed it at -90 for some reason. Oh yeah, I know why. So yeah, let's place it at 0, 0. So new vector 2. I want to place it at 0, 0. And I want to say content.load texture 2D. and this is gonna be background. How did we call this? Is it just background? Space. Why not? Okay, so space. What do we want to do? Well, inside here or inside the update entities, I want to say background dot update elapsed, and down here I have to draw it here. But first I draw the ship, then I draw the background. So background dot draw of sprite batch. Let's run it up. This should be the smaller case. All right, let's build again. Okay, we have the oh yeah, it should be the other way around, shouldn't it? So first I draw the background and then I draw the spaceship. All right, here we are. This is the background. If you see, we have a slight so where is my image? Let me remove all of these. So this is my image of the space, and as you can see, it's pretty well centered. So let me just resize that if I can. It's pretty well centered, but in my game it's slightly off. So to do that, I would like to place it slightly up with some magical number, which we are gonna fix once we talk about quality code. But now inside here I just want to put it as -90, and now it's gonna be centered, I think, perfectly. All right, okay, so here I want to add something like a parallaxing effect where the space moves, and I want to add something else, which is as the spaceship moves up and down, I want to move very slowly the background as well, so it's like we are moving through space. So this is what we will do, but first let me just put it here. Actually, can I just do it here? Background dot velocity equals new vector2, and I want to say 0 -50. I think so. We want to move the X direction to move the background. So I want to say -50 and then 0, and let's see if something happens here. Okay, we have it. It's fine. It moves. I think I had this value in here. Let me check. It was actually a little bit faster, but we can move it as is. But here we have a problem that once the background goes off the screen, we don't have it again, so it just it just slides off the game screen. So what we want to do is actually we want to have two backgrounds. So let me how do I explain? So this is our game screen, and we have a background which is a lot bigger, and at first it's placed something like that. Okay, so this is the background. Okay, and now we move it left, and as soon as this corner reaches here, we're gonna be seeing this black. This is the default color of our screen that we had. Okay, so to fix that, what I want to do is actually have two backgrounds. So I am gonna have another one here, and as soon as the first one reaches the end, I just want to place it here. As soon as it stops, I want to replace it at the back, and this is gonna happen also for the second one. Okay, so I have created another background to to fit in nicely with the first one, and the only difference is you probably cannot see it, but it's just flipped horizontally. So it's the first one, but it's flipped horizontally, so that this part matches the right part of the other one. So let me just resize them, and I'll show you what I am talking about. Let me just put it here. Okay, you see that now it's like mirrored. which is not gonna be very easy to spot. I'm sure that if someone is like making games and so on, they will spot it and so on. Normally, you can make a couple of tiles, you know, for a better background. But the only thing that I did is I took this image, I flipped it, and this way now when I wanna do so, this one moves to the left, this one moves with it. This one moves also, and once it reaches the end, I didn't want to do that. So once it reaches the end, and this one is here in our game screen, this one is gonna go here, and this one is still gonna move. So we are not gonna be seeing any blank space or anything. Okay, so let's do that. Is it clear what we're doing? We're just moving the backgrounds, like. Probably, yeah. I just did it this way because, you know, it was quicker. So everything. So I have a lot of experience with Photoshop. Like, not, I'm not saying that I'm a master or anything, but every time when I have to take a screenshot, do something with an image or whatever, even if it's a single crop, I always open up the Photoshop because it's easier for me to do it there. But yeah, if there is a built-in method, you should probably use that because it's one resource less to load.
We can also overlap, use the same image, not click one, overlap it a bit with the first one and just blend them.
Yeah, we can do that with effects and so on, but this is an introduction lecture, and we try to really keep it as simple as possible. We can make many things with MonoGame, but you know, the idea here is, you know, just how to draw sprites, how to move them, you know, simple, elapsed kind of logic in game engines and so on. So this is the idea. You can do really fancy things, I think, with MonoGame. So yeah, we're just focusing on the simple and easy to understand as a first lecture. Okay, so I wanted to do something, but then again I don't remember. Okay, so I want to create another background. So let me call this background background 1, and I want to call the other background background 2. Okay, and let's see where I have to add more things. Okay, so here I want to say background 2 equals new background. I want to place it in a different place, so new vector 2, and let me just check. So 1453, and then the vertical offset so that it's centered as well at -90, and I want to say content.load texture 2D, and I want to say space ref. I believe that's how I called it earlier. Space ref. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Inside here, I want to say the same thing. So background 2 dot velocity equals new vector 2 -50, 0. Background 2 dot update. And down here, I also want to draw it. Background 2 dot draw sprite batch. Okay, let's make it a little bit faster, just so that how about 1,000 here. Just so that we see quicker what is happening. Okay, we have them, but we still get the blanks, so we still haven't done the replacing of the background, which is going to happen inside the class. So inside here, I want to say if this dot bounce dot right less than 0, I want to say this dot location dot x equals 1453. So this is pretty much saying, well, place it in the same place that the second background was originally placed. So right here, and I only need to change the x. Oh, sorry, the Where are we? Background. I only need to change the X because the Y, is the vertical component, and we don't need to change that. It will remain at -90. So let's have a look at what happens now. Okay, we are seeing the first one again. We are seeing the first one again. Yeah, it seems to be working fine. So let's change the value again to -50 was nice. So let's do that as well. Okay, I also want to do something else. So once I actually move with my spaceship, although this does look better, I think you will tell me I have no idea. So I want to make it so that as soon as we move down, the background is going to move slightly down as well. So it's like we're moving through space. But I think I couldn't make it that well. But let's just do it. And if you don't like it, we'll just remove it. So once we've pressed down, we want to say background dot velocity dot y equals. It has to be in the opposite direction, I think. So let's say -20 here. I'm not sure. So this has to be background 1, and background 2 dot velocity dot y equals 20. And here I just want to do the same thing. So let's put it here. Yeah, plus 20. Thanks. So the copy pasting errors of our time. All right. So how does it look now? What do you think?
It's better.
Is it better? Okay. So I'll leave it as is. There is a small bug, but I really didn't want to bother fixing it. So I can move down. So if I do press down continuously, I can go outside of the sprite. But we'll assume that no one is going to do that because you have to move up and down all the time. And yeah, we'll just leave it. It's a simple check, but I really didn't want to be bothered with it. Okay, so you can go out of the galaxy. It's normal. Okay, maybe we should put some more sprites on the bottom and not on the top, so that it's a really hard job to actually get out of the background. We need wormholes for another game, maybe. All right. I think that was that with the backgrounds. Now comes something which is a bit more interesting. I think we will make the meteors or the obstacles in your from your exam. Okay, so we want to make a add new class. We're gonna make it a meteor. Okay, and inside here public class meteor, and again I will copy paste driven development, as we call it. So I'll just copy all of that into the meteor, and I'll be doing that a lot actually. So okay, so there are I think 3 more classes to be done, and I'll copy paste this in every single one of them. Okay, so I have here meteor. Again, I have to change these values. So this one is 27, 28. Okay, and I want to add a couple of more things. So here I want to say public bool is visible, so that we can destroy it when we want to. And inside the constructor, or inside here, I want to say int velocity, and I want to say here this dot velocity equals new vector 2, which is going to be minus velocity comma 0. Okay, let me explain. So we would like our meteors to move from right to left, but we want them to move at a different speed depending on when they spawn, depending on the difficulty. And also I would like to be able to change the velocity of all of them if we actually change the difficulty. So imagine that I've created, a wall, and it moves at speed, let's say 5 or 3, the way that I've drawn it. Make it a 3. Okay, so if we change difficulty, so here I change difficulty, and I have another one here. And this one is now going to move at speed 5. So I want to be able to both instantiate the new walls with some specified amounts, and also I want to be able to change all of these, because right now if I don't change them, this one is going to move faster, right? And it's going to get closer and closer to the other wall. So this is why I added this to the constructor, so that I can do it, outside of the class. And why is this minus? Okay, so normally when you think of velocity, as a number, it's good to be positive, right? So if I want to say move with velocity 20, it's gonna move, with 20. If I want to say 50, I would expect it to be more, right? But we actually want to move in the negative direction, so this is why I've put the minus here. I could have done it just velocity, and then when I instantiate, I have to instantiate with negative values, but I think this one is a bit more clear. All right, and let's go through the usual adding of things inside here. So the first thing that I want to add is a list of meteor. I don't have the collections. Yeah. Okay. Right, and this is gonna be meteors. Okay. Why is it a list of meteor? Any ideas? Okay, so this thing only will be a wall. Okay, and we want to have a list of walls. So we have a list of meteor, and I hope that is fine. And I think this was the hint that I gave on the exam as well. Did anyone follow it? Did it work? No. Well, it did work here, and it's fine. Does anyone have any other suggestions how this can be implemented differently? Well, arrays does not count. It's pretty much the same. Any other ideas? The whole wall can be a class, and we can make a different object of it. So we can make something like wall and list of wall. I'll leave that if you do not like the way that we are gonna handle this meteors list of list. If you don't like how the calculations are done, then I'll just make a separate class at the end of the lecture. Okay, so right now we want to spawn some meteors, but it turns out that in MonoGame this is not an easy task. So I want to spawn meteors after say 1.5 seconds or something similar, and I tried with this game time, and it didn't work. And then I read about it on the internet, and they said that it's better to just use the built-in either stopwatch or a timer, the ones that are built in C#. So this is what I'll do as well. But first I want to say int meteor velocity. Because that's going to be the parameter that we can change. After that, I want to say random RNG, because this is something that we will use. And a couple of more things as well. So I need the timer here. So I'll just put it, I guess, here. Timer game timer. I think that's how I code it. And after that, so I have to add something here. Okay, so it turns out that there are two timers. I'll be using the one which is system.timers one, which we haven't used, I think, in lectures, and it has to do with delegates and stuff. And I'm sure that every time when someone hears a delegate, their stomach turns and so on. But it's not that complicated at all. All right, so we have the timer and we have whole length. So int whole length, which we can also change, as we go. Okay, right. So this will be the first time that we will use the initialize method here. So this thing here. Please be aware not to delete this based on initialize, because I did, and it just didn't work. All right. So inside here, I want to say meteors equals new list of meteor. And okay, this way. What else do I want to do? RNG equals new random game timer. Just 1 second. Game timer. Okay, equals new timer. And here I'm gonna put the time that I want my event to repeat. So this will be 1.5 seconds. So this I think is in milliseconds. All right, and okay. So now if we have a look at this game timer dot, it has right down here the one that it's down here. Do you remember what this is? This is an event. Okay, so this event is gonna tick every time when 1.5 seconds passes. And do you remember this this icon? What can I put inside, or what can I give it? You remember? And a delegate, and this is what we will do. So I want to say elapsed plus equals the keyword delegate, and inside here I would like to put a method which is going to be spawn obstacles, spawn meteors. I think we are using that, spawn meteor wall, because we are going to be spawning the full wall, and semicolon here as well. All right, let's implement this method. Somewhere up here. Yeah, somewhere up here. Okay, actually I want to move it down so that all private ones are down there. So somewhere on here, I think it's fine. Okay, just give me a second to find it, and I did very quickly. Okay, so let's create a wall. This is going to be list of meteor, current wall equals new list of meteor. Alright, and what is it that we want to do next? So int whole position equals rng dot next. And these are some hard-coded values as well. So 0, and then I want to say 25 minus whole length. Okay, 0 because we can spawn. So let me draw again here. So let's say that this is our game screen. Okay, and I want to create something like this, where the hole here is given at random. So I want to spawn it from here, from 0, which is going to look something like this. Or I can spawn it from here at most, right? Because if I want it to look this way, imagine that this is a bit shorter. Then this is going to be my whole length, and I have to subtract it here from my starting position, which is going to be in this case it's here, in this case it's here, in this case it's here. So this is what this value is. So let me type it in here. Whole position is going to be this. Sorry, no, this, and this thing down here. All right, so let's spawn some meteors. Okay, so for I equals from 0 to 25, which is from experience the maximum value of meteors that I can place. And inside here I want to say if I is less than or equal to whole position, or I is bigger than or equal to whole position minus whole length, only then I want to spawn. So pretty much I'll be going through, let's draw that again. So here I would like to go through every single position out of these 25 that I can spawn, and if and I want to check if my eye is not on the hole. So this is my hole, and I want to skip these values of I. Okay, so this line here says, well, if I is not inside the hole, then I want to spawn a new meteor in a single lift. I could have split it into two, but I guess this is clear enough. Is that line clear enough? Okay. Okay, so let's spawn, or let's add them to the current wall list. So I want to say current wall dot add, and I want to say new meteor. Here new vector 2. So where do I want to spawn them? I want to say game width I times 28 plus 10, because why not? Okay, so this is the height. So if you've noticed, we wanna spawn them at a different height. So the first height is gonna be here, the second one is gonna be here, the third one here, and so on. This 28 is actually the height of my sprite. So I wanna spawn them down with the corresponding value for I. This plus 10 is so that I have a little bit of space here on top, so that it's not, stuck at the very top. So let's trace this. If I is 0, then we are going to be spawning it at game width, which is going to be here. So let me put a green color here, and the height for I0 is going to be this point, right? When I equals to 1, I'm gonna spawn them for the same width, so on this line here, but it's gonna be a bit further down, so it's gonna be down here, and so on. So as it increments, this value for the height is gonna increment as well. Okay, and I want to say content.load and I want to say texture to the and I want to put the here the name was, I think, was rock for some reason. I'm not very consistent with my names. I hope that you are when you're doing your game. So rock. Okay, is there anything else that I want to do? No, I just want to say here, oh yeah, and I need to add velocity as well. No one told me to do that. So here, and then I want to say comma meteor velocity right there. Okay, because it's in our constructor now, and we have to add it as well for the specific meteor. I want to find meteor velocity. Did I instantiate it somehow? No, so I have to give it a value, and that value is going to be here. Meteor velocity. I think 200 was the one that I started with, or 250. I don't know. We can change that when we want to. All right, and finally, I would like to add this wall to my list of meteors, which is the like all of them. So it's going to be current wall. Dot add. Sorry, meteors. Dot add current wall. Yeah. On the next row, yeah, after the 4, of course. So yeah, after we finished creating our our wall. Thank you. I'm lost for words sometimes. Okay, so here now it's not going to be that simple because I have to update every single meteor which is inside of a list, which is inside of another list. I need to have for each wall in meteors, and here for each meteor in wall. Then I want to say meteor dot update elapsed, and yeah, and I want to draw it as well. So inside here I want to say, so where should I be putting this? Probably here, not there of course, so probably here. So I want to say for each var wall in meteors, and inside here I want to say for each var meteor in wall. Inside here I want to say meteor dot draw sprite batch. Okay, let's see what happens. I doubt that it's gonna work from the first try, but let's see. And we don't have any meteors, so let's have a look what's wrong. Let's first go to the meteor class and see if everything is fine here. Well, yeah, we are keeping the old update, so it's not gonna work. Okay, so we're doing this. Let's see here. If location, so this dot location dot x is less than -20, so if it goes, you know, outside of this outside of the screen, I wanna destroy it. Did I say true here? Is visible? No, I didn't. So inside here I have to say public. I'm sorry. This dot is visible equals true. I want to fix this name because this is a property, and is visible equals true. And inside here I just want to say this dot is visible equals false, so that I can, you know, remove it after it's not visible. Okay, let's run it now. I doubt that this is gonna work, but maybe I'm missing something. I did draw it, so let's have a look. I think I'm drawing it last. So spaceship draw. So first the backgrounds, then the spaceship draw, and then here. And it still doesn't wanna. Oh yeah, of course. So I am not triggering this this event. So I have to say game timer dot enable equals true. And now, hopefully, we're gonna get some meteors. This is not very fun, I would say. So what did I do here? Whole position plus whole length. Probably I made an error there. Let's have a look. So if it's less than whole position, or it's bigger than whole position plus whole length, yeah, this has to be correct. It has to be end. Those two cannot both happen at the same time, I think. Or they just happen only once. So yeah, let's have a look. I think I have an idea. So do I have the whole length initialized here? No, I don't. So this is what I have to do. So whole length equals 8. now it's fine. So I didn't initialize the whole length, and that's why it didn't work. All right, it seems that this is working. Yeah, if I hit it, nothing is gonna happen now. But we'll fix that a bit later, I think. All right, so let me check if I'm missing something. Spawn meteor wall, and we can actually do the game over condition here. So yeah, a lot of people are going in and out. I don't know. So inside the update method, I wanna do the game over thing. So background to velocity. Where's my update? Is it here? It's here. So I wanna say game over collision, maybe. And inside here, I wanna make another method. Okay. Right. So what do we wanna check? So we wanna check for each. Again with the for eaches. So I wanna say for each. For each, and I want to say var wall in meteors. Inside here, I want to say again for each meteor in wall. And so here I want to check the collision with my spaceship. So let's do that. So if meteor dot bounce dot intersects, which is a really nice method to use, like you don't have to check by hand or anything. If intersects the bounce of my ship, so I want to say spaceship dot bounce, then I want to say simply exit. Okay, here you can add, a game over screen and so on, but for now we are just gonna exit. Let's see what happens. Okay, it's coming, and bam, and it works. Okay, that was simple enough, and this is how we are gonna do the bullets and the also the power-ups and so on. It's not that complicated. Okay, right, that's it for the meteors. Let's go to the bullet. Let's shoot some bullets. So I want to create a new class, which is going to be bullet. Public class bullet. And inside here, well, yeah, you know what I'm going to do. So just go to meteor and then copy all of that. Bullet. Control dot adding the, please add the namespace. Really? I have never seen this. Okay. Texture 2D as well. And this thing is going to be called a bullet. And is there anything specific for the bullet? I don't see it now. There could be. So we have the location, we have the image, the velocity I want to keep at a constant, so I'm not gonna do that. And here I'll just say 500. So 500 is gonna be going to the right on our screen, right? So we only increase the x, so this is the the x and the y, and we wanna put it to the right. So yeah, okay, 500 0. And is there anything that I want to say? Is visible true? Oh yeah, and I want to change these values. So this is going to be 73 and 25, which is going to be the my sprite or my image width and height. All right, in the update, we pretty much leave this. It's so the bullet is probably one of the simplest things in this game to implement. And okay, let's go to our spacecraft wars. Alright, so what do you think are we gonna need following the same or similar logic from the meteor? List of bullets. Okay, here somewhere I need to initialize it. So inside here, I didn't give a name. Good. We are gonna call it bullets. Thank you. And inside here I want to say bullets equals new list of bullets. Alright, what else do we need to do? Okay, we are gonna need a method which is gonna be called shoot. But first of all, so yeah, let's do that first. So a method shoot, which is gonna be in the update, or I can also put it in the key handler. Where do you want to put it? In the key handler. Alright, so inside here I have to do something similar. If keyboard dot get state is key down keys dot space. Okay, and we want to spawn a bullet. So how to do that? We want to say bullets dot add new bullet. Okay, and where do we want to spawn it? Here I actually had some hard-coded values, so I really want to have a look at those. Okay, so yeah, bullets dot add new bullet. Okay, so here we have new vector 2. And that is spaceship dot location dot x. So at the same space with the bullets up to, I think, no, just that. Okay, and then spaceship dot location dot y, which is gonna spawn it at the very top of the spaceship. So here I have a hard-coded value of let me find it. Where are you? 15. So plus 15, and then I just wanna do content.load texture to the please enter. Okay, and inside here I want to say, did I call it bullet this time? Rocket. Why not? Why not? And here I want to add this as well. Texture 2D, please. Okay. Right, another thing that I want to do is I want to say bullets spaceship dot bullet count minus minus. And is there anything else? No. Okay, let's have a look. So let me draw it here, somewhere around here. For each var bullet in bullets, I want to say bullet dot draw sprite batch. Okay, and probably I also want to update them all in my update entities here. For each bullet in bullets, I want to say bullet dot update elapsed. Let's see. It's actually quite cool, right? I can draw figures inside. Okay, so the reason is we are doing the same thing as with the key handler for the key. So as soon as I'm pressing down, we are gonna go yeah, up. Why? What happened? What happened? Collision with the wall. But I did not say. That is weird. Okay, I'll look into that later, but that's very weird. Because normally in MonoGame you can go out of the screen. but here apparently something happened. Yeah, I have it. So yeah, let me check. No, I don't. So something happens. Anyway, so yeah, as soon as I press up, we are gonna go up multiple times, and as soon as I press space, we're gonna shoot continuously rockets. Okay, and to fix that, we actually need to have the previous state of the keyboard as well. So let me check how we did that. Actually, I'll try to do it, if it doesn't work, then I'll look at my notes. So bullets, and inside here I want to say I really hate this. Go away. Okay, so keyboard state, keyboard state, pref state. Okay, and I don't remember where I initialized it, but let's say that it's here. So pref state equals, or was it in every update method? I think it was in every update method, but it's not a problem to do it here as well. So pref state equals keyboard state dot, sorry, keyboard dot get state, was it? Yeah, keyboard dot get state. All right, and so I want to keep track at every update method of my keyboard state. So I want to do it maybe around here, or maybe here. So pref state equals keyboard dot get state. And inside here I had to add something. Inside here I had to check. I think I remember what that was, so let's try. And pref state dot is key up, and I want to say space. Keys dot space. Bullet count. Yeah. We have to do that as well. Let's first check this, and then we'll. Okay, so now I'm pressing and nothing happens. So maybe it was something else here. With a not. And the previous state was not space. No, it still doesn't work. Okay, I will have to check my notes, but here I want to say also, and spaceship. So I have to put it here on a new line, and spaceship dot bullet count is bigger than or equal to 0. Okay, let me have a quick look at this. Yeah, if it's bigger than 0. Okay, fair enough. Fair point. So yeah, press key is key up, keys dot space is key down. Yeah, it's the same thing. But why are you not working, mister? Oh yeah, I have to, yeah, just 1 second. I have to reset it here as well. So not here, but here. I have to say pref state equals keyboard dot get state. Was that a single one? No, those are 5. And I have to remove the not here. Now we don't have it at all. Let me pause this, and once I fix this, we will get back. Alright, so this thing, the pref state had to be outside of the if statement. Of course, when we reset it, it has to be there. And one more error, which I was resetting it at every update, and I shouldn't only in the if statement. So yeah, it's pretty much the same. So it resets at every single update, but yeah, we can only have it in one place. And now if I run it, okay, so we're moving, and if I press it continuously, then nothing is gonna happen. Just shoot once. If you want to, you can add delay, and that is fine. But I leave it up to you to finish that. It's just a simple check. You have a delay counter which you reset every time you shoot, and you wanna check inside here as well. Inside here, add another condition whether the delay is enough for you to shoot again. All right. I guess we should have a break now. It's been an hour, so we'll finish it. It's not that much more, I think. All right. So let's deal with the collision now. So let's do that. Where is my update method? I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, here. Okay. So now here, I want to say check collision, and we want to say bullet and meteor. Check bullet collision. Yeah, check collision bullet. No. I want to change that. Change meteor bullet collision. All right. Control dot, and let's put it down here. So what do you say? A lot of for each statements, right? So for each, and well, in meteors, for each var meteor in wall, for each bullet and bullets, if meteor dot bounce dot intersect bullet dot bounce. And here I wanna say, yeah, I don't have to do that here, so remove that. And inside here I wanna say meteor dot is visible equals false, and I also wanna say bullet dot is visible equals false. But this is not gonna change anything right now. Even if I shoot, it's not gonna do anything because I have to remove them from each list if they're invisible. So we have to do that as well. So remove I don't know, dead bullets or whatever. What do you say? Okay, remove dead bullets. Remove not visible is good. Not visible. Okay, so now are we gonna handle all of them here?
Yeah,
why not? Okay, for each we are gonna do the quality code later. Anyway, so okay, remove not visible. So for each row in meteors, for each meteor in wall, I want to say if meteor dot is visible is false, then I want to say meteor actually I cannot do it this way. Yep. So for from 0 to meteors dot count, here I want to say var current wall equals meteors dot meters of I. Okay, so we save that. I want to say for this time has to be J. Current wall dot count, and inside here I want to say if not current wall of J dot is visible, I would like to remove the current meteor, right? Yes. The current wall. Yeah, the whole wall. So yeah, just 1 second. Let me think. So I have to remove the whole wall. So I want to say meteors dot remove at J. No, I. I think it's gonna work without a break, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's check.
It needs a break.
It needs a break. Okay, if you say so. Remove at J. No, J is for the current meteor. And I have to yeah, I'll do that separately. Okay, so I'll fix that in a second. I really don't want to use break here, and I think there was a method to do it without it, but I'll see it in a second. So for bullets dot count, and inside here I want to make the same check. So if bullets of I dot is visible, I want to say what do I want to say? Bullets dot remove at I. Remove at I this way. All right, let's have a look. What's happening now? So shoot, and all of them disappear. This time it was just one. This time it was both of them. And yeah, okay. So inside here, I want to try something else. I want to say for each meteor in current wall. Meteor current wall. Can I do that? Remove that. No, I can't do that. Let me check how I've. Alright, so where were we? So here, and is that where we are? No, we are here. Okay, so this is the code that I've written, and I'm sure that it has to work, but for some reason it doesn't. And I saw in my notes that inside here, as soon as I find an intersection with one of the bullets with the meteors, I have to do another for each and set all of them to be invisible. So right now, I am just setting just a single meteor to be invisible, or to be destroyed. And inside here, I actually have to take and do it for all of them. So I have to do another for each, and it's gonna say meteor in. For each meteor in wall, I want to say meteor dot is visible equals false, and this has to be meteor to destroy. And I don't need to have this thing. And now, hopefully, it is gonna work. This is weird. I think I can change the order of the update loop, and it's gonna work. So yes, question. There is a for each that we have twice. I can change which order here. Isn't that the same? No, okay, so we had to add something to our meteor class. So we're only gonna draw the sprites if they are visible. And now everything works. Let me get back here. So let's play it and see what we have now. What is left to be done? And I think we are fine. They are destroying properly and so on. I think that's fine as well. Okay, so now I wanted to make something. What did I want to make here? No one? Sorry? Rocks and not only meteors. Okay, so yeah, yeah, that'll be a bit later though. Okay, so I think that's that for most of our game. I think what remains to be done is just to add some information for the bullets count and so on. Okay, so let's do that. Do I need to do anything else though? So I remove those. I think it's fine. Yeah.
I will call on the update method for the walls and the update methods of the game.
Are we calling the update method in
Of the walls.
of the walls?
No, I will call in the draw method of the walls in the draw method of the game.
In the draw method of the game? Yes, I think we do. It's right here. Meteor dot draw for each
Then
meteor.
why are we seeing how the walls are being disintegrated?
I don't know. So the question is, if I now remove this and we run the game, we'll see how the wall gets destroyed. Rather slowly. I don't know. So
Basically means the main draw method is being called
the main draw
times
method is called a few times during a single update. Yeah, that is true, because we are actually now updating with respect to the time, so the elapsed time, and not with every single update of the game. So if we were doing the update of the game with respect to every time that it's called, then they would be synchronized. But now we are doing it with respect to the time. So let's leave it as is. I don't know why this works. It was a trial and error. I guess it takes time for the update to update all of these, to update them all to invisible. And if I do it this way, then I don't know. I really don't know. It doesn't make that much sense now to me. I'm sure that there is some logic behind it. Okay, so a couple of things remain to be done. So firstly, I want to go into my content pipeline, and I want to say in here, add new item, and I want to say sprite font, and I'm just gonna call it font. Okay, so right now we have this font, and I don't know if I can double click on it. Probably not, but if I go into the Explorer here, this sprite font, if I open it in Visual Studio, you'll see that's just an XML. If you don't know what an XML is, just ignore the next couple of lines that I'm gonna say. So here you can change the size, the font, and so on. I think to change the font you had to do something else. I'm not sure. Maybe you can help me with that. Has anyone changed the font or used fonts for MonoGame? You just changed the name. Okay, what happens if I wanna import specific fonts? Then, yeah, I don't know how that is done. I'm sure it's somewhere on the web. You have spacing and so on. This is pretty much your font, and to use that in the game, it's now a lot easier because now I can just add it as any other sprite that I've had. So yeah, let's start with the UI. It's gonna be relatively simple. So the first thing that I wanna, oh yeah, we have power-ups, don't we? We have to do power-ups. That's what I wanted to do. Okay, so let's do it. Let's do some power-ups. So here I wanna add a class, and it's gonna be called power-up. And guess what I'm gonna do? So the power-up is very similar to the bullet, I think. To the bullet. So I have power-up here. Okay, is visible. I have that same thing. So let me just add the namespaces here. Here I have power-up. This is going to be actually similar, more similar to the bullets. Sorry, to the meteors, because it's going to move with the same speed. So inside here, I have to say int velocity, and this thing here I have to change to minus velocity. The same logic as with the walls. Here, my bullet has 37. For the bounce. Okay, and here I have added a simple if. So if this dot location dot x less than -20. So if our sprite goes outside of the screen as it moves left, then I want to say this dot is visible equals false. Alright, and in here I'll add the same if statement. So if the same if statement as with the meteors. So here I want to say if this dot is visible, only then I want to draw it. Okay, and I'll try to do that relatively quickly. So we need list of power-up, power-ups. Okay, let's see where I have to add it and load it and so on. So inside here, I want to say power-ups equals new list of power-up. Okay, I don't have to load it here. So the power-ups I wanna initialize at the same time or the same way as I do with the walls. So this delegate is now gonna be slightly bigger, and here I'm gonna say spawn power-ups. This way, control dot enter, and I want to copy this and move it somewhere else. This was my update. Okay, so spawn power-ups, and inside here I want to do something similar as with the meteors. Just 1 second, let me check that. I don't see it. It couldn't be that hard anyways. So here I have spawn meteor wall. I have just 1 second, let me find it. All right. So here, what we need to do is powerups dot add, and inside here, I would like to say new vector 2, and I would like to spawn them somewhere between 100, sorry, 1720 and 2000. So they're gonna spawn outside of the map in a random place, and they're gonna start moving left. So somewhere in between the walls or on a wall, it will be all random. So so this is for the X, and I want to do it for the Y as well. So rng.next, and I want to spawn it from 0 to game height up to a difference of 37, which was the width and height of my sprite. In this case, the height. Okay. After that, I just want to say content dot load texture 2D. I want to put that on a new line. And inside here, I want to say, let's see if this time, yay, power up. So power up. Okay, but this the way I've done it now, and this is, what do you not like? I have to close the bracket here, maybe. Okay, and yeah, new power up bracket here, and then bracket in the end as well. How about now? Velocity, thank you. So I think I have to add it here, maybe? No, here? Yeah, here. I want to say meteor velocity. Okay, right, but this, if I do this, okay, so I have to first do all of the other stuff. So update entities, I want to update them here as well. So for each var powerup in powerups. Oh, come on. I want to say powerup.update elapsed, and also I want to draw it in the very end. So here. Okay, for each before this sprite batch ends. So I want to say for each var powerup in powerups powerup.draw. Yeah, and I have to give it a sprite batch. Okay, let's have a look then. What's gonna happen now if I have no errors? I hope. Okay, so I am drawing them, and they're drawn, if you can see, after every single wall. And this is not gonna be very nice because we can get many bullets, and this game is not gonna be very fun to play. So what I want to do instead, I would like to generate only every other meteor, or just depend on an RNG. So where is that method? Okay, so here I want to say if rng.next, let's say from 0 to 3 equals 1. So this is gonna spawn once in every 3 situations. If you can, so rng.next is gonna is gonna go through that. If every time this is gonna generate new number 0, 1, or 2, and I can even put 0 here, it doesn't matter. And the 0 is gonna happen only once every 3 situations. So I've just put that here. And now, hopefully, we won't get that many bullets. Okay, there is one, there is another one, and as you can see, they're a bit more rare. but we can fiddle in with the value, but I guess that's fine. If you want to see more, just 2 is gonna make it more. I guess leave it as 2. This will be a bit more, I think. The RNG gods are not with us. Same as with Isaac in the past couple of days that I've played. It has been very, very mean to me. Okay, so now this thing works. The only thing that's left is to check some collisions. So check power up collision, just okay, and I want to put that here. Yes, question.
About the RNG, when it's RNG.next 0 to 2, shouldn't this be every third?
No, it doesn't take the last value. It only takes 0 and 1. So is I think it's here as well. So if I put it like that, max value, min value. Okay, so if I zoom in now, the inclusive lower, okay, and the upper, you know, we can guess that it's not included. So 0 and 2. This is a common mistake, but you can very easily, you know, check it. If you're interested, I can explain you from a mathematical point of view why the last value is not in there, if you want. If you don't, it's fine. Later after the lecture, if you're interested. All right, so here 4. Actually, I want to do 4 for each. Power up in power ups. I want to check if power up dot bounds small p dot intersects spaceship dot bounds. What do we want to do? We want to say power up dot is visible equals false, and also we want to say spaceship dot bullet count plus plus. Okay, does that look fine? And then we have to remove the invisible from the method which does everything now. So in here, so for int I power ups dot count, okay, if power ups of I dot is visible is false, then we want to say power ups dot remove at I. Oops. Let's see if anything works. So let me shoot all of the 5, and let's try to collect one and see. Okay, it's not gonna be that one, it's gonna be the next one. Now I cannot. I take the bullet and now I can shoot, and I can shoot only once. So this works. Okay, let's do some UI now, for which we do not need a separate class. Okay, so here I would like to have, I really hate this. So here we would like to have sprite font, basic font, I'll call it. Okay, and in score, and I want to say also difficulty, so string difficulty. Okay, and let's initialize them here. Actually, the font I need to load, so let's do that first. So basic font equals content.load. Inside here I have to say sprite font, and in here I can say how did we call it? Font, was it?
Yeah.
Font. Okay. So we are done with that. Let's do the rest. So score equals 0, and what else did I have? Difficulty equals easy. Okay, what else do we have? Okay, I've done that. I guess it only remains for us to draw them on the screen to see if everything works. Okay, down here. So I want to draw. I want to say sprite batch. Let me just check in which order I've done them. So here I want to say sprite batch dot draw string, which is a different method, and it takes the sprite font, takes the text, and takes a position and color. Okay, so we need to say basic font. The first string that I want to draw is bullets plus spaceship dot bullet count. The position is new vector 2, and I want to place that at 0 0, the first one. And color, pick a color. What color do you want? Alice blue. Okay. All right. The next one, sprite batch dot draw string, basic font. Then the next thing that I want to do is score. So score plus score. Do I have score divided by 10 here? No, I just have the score. New vector 2. Okay, so I want the x to be the same, and I want to put it slightly down, so 20. And color?
Pink.
Color dot pink. Do you want hot pink, deep pink?
Hot pink.
Deep pink. Okay, a lot of colors, I guess. Sprite batch dot draw string, basic font. A lot more than in the console, I presume. Okay, then I want to say difficulty plus difficulty, I guess. New vector 2, 0 20, and color 40. Thanks. Color? Orange is actually my favorite color. MonoGame orange. Okay. Cool. Let's see what we have now. How did that happen? Okay. Let's find the error. So press F10. Press F10, and now it's going to show us what we've done wrong. Content.load sprite font. I need to build it, yes. So I need to build from the pipeline. This is why it didn't work. Okay, so build, rebuild, yes. Okay. Bullets 5, so the bullets update, the score doesn't. And the
font is getting included in the XMP file when you build the project.
okay,
On your machine.
probably. Okay.
Yeah, because in the lock of MonoGame there was something.
I saw a TTF font in the build. So right here. So if you put it in the Windows fonts, probably your special font is gonna try and find it for you. I would presume. Okay, so we want to update the score, I think, at every single update method. So let's have a look. This is in initialize. My bad. Where's my update? Which is because I haven't initialized it. Okay, one more thing. Every time that I hit a wall, which was I don't know where, maybe that one. Okay, so inside here I want to say score plus equals, let's say 200, so that we can see what's happening. So let's hit a wall. Yep, it works. that one as well?
More than
It's too much, so let's put it as 100. Is 100 fine? Minus. When we hit a wall with our bullet, we do not get any points. Why? That is a good point. Okay, so let's do it with a minus. Sorry, what if I? Yeah, that's also a problem. Let's leave it with a plus, I say, and maybe we can work on your idea a bit later. Okay, and the last method for the lecture will be the set difficulty, which is right here. So, where is my update? I can never find my update. The update there, this one. Okay, so set difficulty, and let's implement it as well. So control dot implement, and scroll down a bit, and there it is. Okay, so I want to say if score is bigger than or equal to 1500 and difficulty equals easy. What do I want to do here? First, I wanna change the difficulty. So difficulty equals medium. This is the first thing that I want to say. After that, meteor velocity. Do you remember what was the initial value that I give? Meteor velocity 250. Okay, 250 is fine. We are gonna increase it to say 320. Another thing that I want to do, I have to change the meteor, so I lied. So change meteor speed. I have to do, and I want to say change. What else is moving? Power ups speed. Power up speed. Sorry, the background is fine. I think. Let's not do that as well. And I want to decrease the whole length. So whole length minus equals 3. Oh, come on. 3. Alright, and another one which is going to be very, very similar to this one. So if score bigger than or equal to 3000 and difficulty equals medium. And we want to say difficulty equals hard. Meteor velocity equals 400?
Yeah.
400. Make it 4000. Okay, we can check what's gonna happen. And I also wanna do that once here as well. And whole length minus equals 3 again. Okay, so let me just comment these because we can still check what's happening even if we haven't implemented them yet. But let me decrease the values because I don't want to wait all day. So make it 500 here and 1000 here just to check. Okay, so let's shoot a wall and expecting, and nothing happened. Oh, actually it did. Okay, so we still need to do that and that, which is going to be relatively simple. So control dot, let me first fix that. Okay, I want to implement this and this as well. Okay, so this is gonna be simple. For each power up in power ups, I wanna say power up dot velocity equals new vector 2, and it's moving minus velocity meteor velocity and 0, right? And inside here I want to do something similar but with a lot of for eaches. So for each var wall in meteors, for each meteor in wall, we want to say meteor dot velocity equals new vector 2 minus meteor velocity comma 0. And let's check. Kill this one, kill this one as well. Did it get faster? The hole is definitely smaller. Okay, apparently -3 is too much, so let's put it as -2 here and -2 here. I think it was 70 something. I am not sure though. So the question was, what happened? What's your problem? Come on, honey, I just changed one value. When this thing happens, means restart Visual Studio. So Miro. Okay, after the restart and changing this value to -2, we now have a fully working game with parallaxing, obstacles, backgrounds, bullets. We can collect power-ups as well. I'm gonna cheat here. And now we see that if it's hard, you can, barely pass, which is the point. We can increase the speed because I think this is not good enough. How about 500 here, and how about 380 here? Let's see if it's playable. Oh, not again. You have to be kidding me. Okay, reload Visual Studio again. So now, after the change, nope. Yep. Now 500 is faster. Yeah, this is better. A lot better, I think. You have to be more accurate. Okay, I guess that's it. I hope you enjoyed the lecture. So now, if there are any people alive in the audience, we will make the quality code, and after that I'll show it to you. If not, this will be left for a workshop, which you can see in one of our next videos. So yeah, the code will be uploaded on our website along with the game and the assets, and you can download it and play it and start it and so on. So here in courses, we are currently in the second course, somewhere around here, probably this 11. Here you will be able to see the video and download the assets as well. So yeah.